Now we're going to look at building out your external suppliers, which is going to be your preferred vendor list. So again, we're going to go to your main navigation bar on the left to suppliers. And this is a test site, so bear with me here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create the supplier. Okay, so who is that? So we're going to go Phil, Frank, and Phil's photography. And this is the contact information that you're providing for your users. Okay, so your customers. So they can come in and they can see how to reach them. So you want to just create all of that information. You hit save, you can see that the only thing that required is where he works. So you can put in all of yours or whomever. And then areas, if you're defining your supplier to only work in certain areas. So if it's an outdoor, something very outdoorsy, you limit it to only your outdoor space. So the couple has to reserve the outdoor space to have this. And we're going to hit save. This creates your supplier, and we have your supplier's information right here. You can add a description, like pulling things from their website or their social media information is more than appropriate to put here. Then you have images. These are going to be the supplier images. Now, where suppliers differ from services is services under your venue were associated with your venue. This, when we're looking at external suppliers, we're looking at two levels. So we're setting up the suppliers and we're setting up the services. So for images, you're going to put images here. You can pull them from the website. Again, you're going to have the square one, so the profile search picture, and the wide wall picture. And then you're going to define their services. So you're kind of putting them in twice. So the services looks very much like what we had for your venue services. You would put it in. But so the option could be the name, could be photography, and then your options just could be wedding photography. You can leave it very blank. Now the difference with a service for an external supplier is you do not want to put a price in. You're going to leave that blank. That's because you are not charging the customer. Phil is going to charge the customer for his photographies. Okay? If this is something that you're charging for, then technically you are the service provider and you want to manage that under venue services. An external supplier is booked and managed externally. So you're going to just put in the information. You can put available for events. So if it's, maybe it's something that's very weather dependent, it's only a service available in the summer, you can limit it to summer dates. Or if you know that somebody's retiring at the end of next year, you can have the events end at the end of the year. So you're really limiting who can see things based on different scenarios. But it's basically the same thing as we had for your venue services on the previous venue. But again, are in the previous video, but you are not putting any of the pricing in. You're leaving the pricing bit empty. Once the service is created, you'll be able to add the service images, questions, information. You are not going to just have the images associated with the supplier. You need images on both levels for the customer to be able to see them. Okay, so for more information on all of these slots, I'm going to let you watch the internal service video if you want more information on that. I'm just going to give you a little pro tip here. If you go up to your venue information or branding, this profile picture is the same size as the profile picture for services, 120 by 120 pixels. Okay, so that works for the same sizing for your profile picture for services. Cover photo, which is the wall photo for services as well. The size is 851 by 315 pixels for that wall picture. So if you need to remember those numbers, same layouts work in multiple places. And that's how you're going to add your external services. and customers will search the external suppliers by their services, and then they'll be able to click on the service name, the supplier's name, and see the supplier information. So that's why you need to have that information on both